What's up? Welcome to Qstunna325's Mothaduckin Graveyard Keeper, Entry 6. Um, and, this will give you Graveyard Keeper that I meant to do on Thursday night. Um, and the funny reason why I'm doing this damn stream, I actually wasn't going to do this. What I was actually gonna do was watch some Doro Hidoro or I don't know, either an anime because that's something short, and I was just gonna chill for the night. But what I wanted to do, I kind of wanted to play a little bit of Graveyard Keeper, and I was like, cool, this will give me like. I don't know if this is the best way to put it, but I was like, I was supposed to stream on Thursday night. I didn't really do that. I just chilled out with some homies. But, I was like, this could be a very early Saturday stream. The most it's gonna go is like, probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 at the latest, but it's definitely not gonna go farther than that. And it'll allow me to talk about what I want to talk about, and also give you guys some streaming content. So I'm about to go into Graveyard Keeper, and I think it'll be pretty dope. You get a little gaming stuff you could talk about, and you get streaming content. Cause this game is chill enough to do shiz like that. So, getting to the main point. I know I'm like 3 minutes in, and I was kind of throwing a lot of filler in there, to be honest, because I was doing other shit. What I wanted to talk about, it's probably gonna be two damn things that I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to talk about Sony State of Play. So that was earlier in the week. So I wanted to touch on that. What got released, what like announced there for the State of Play, and I also want to talk about Summergamefest. And I damn near streamed yesterday because I was extremely motherfucking hyped to talk about Summergamefest. But you know what? I'm gonna show a little love to the State of Play first. So that happened on the 2nd. Was that Tuesday? Yes, it was Tuesday. This past Tuesday. Now it's Saturday. So this past Tuesday, PlayStation had their State of Play. So people that are crazy PlayStation fans, I used to be Mothaduckin Sony Pony, and I probably was hype as shit. I was always hyped for their shiz. Not as much now, but you know, I'm like, alright, this will keep me in the loop of what PlayStation has going on game wise. Or, you know, if they bring out a new accessory. Shiz like that. Speaking of that, I know they have like a PC monitor that they're releasing. I did see that, so that has nothing to do with the State of Play. But that's a little side note. So, getting back to the main topic of the night, so far, which is the state of play that happened on Tuesday. Um, short, I'd probably say like a day or two before it, they were talking about Wolverine. So Wolverine is the first thing that um got shown off at the state of play. I thought it was pretty cool. It was dope. I do like the fact that it's gory. The only thing I will say for a slight nitpick, right, is like when he gets all bloody after he's done crawling around, like doing a little stealth gameplay before he just comes out and starts just clawing the shiz out of the enemy, right? Um, it's like when he gets bloody, right? You see the blood, you see the goriness, absolutely great. Like if you can't do gory shiz, I guess that might not be for you, but it kind of could be for you, because it's gonna go into my point. Like you see all the blood and shiz, right? Like press L2 and R2 at the same time, but then you have the blood like disappear. That's a slight nitpick for me, because I was like, ah, man, like if you're gonna go gory, you don't have to half-ass it. But I mean, I guess I could get it if you can't do gore. I don't know if that's a design thing or if um you could like turn that off. Like if you just want this dude to be Mothaduckin drenched in blood the entire game, screw it. Let him be drenched in blood. He just killed that Mothaduckers, right? I have my tea, so whew, Mothaducker got a little parched, mind you. I've not talked about this shit and I put my damn controller down because I needed a Mothaduckin drink. So that was a little nitpick for me personally. It was cool to see Jean Grey. It was cool to see her use her powers. I kind of like. I feel like there's some combo moves between her that you could do between her and Wolverine. I think that's gonna be a dope little extra and nod towards their relationship and shit, right? And it's like an older Jean Grey, so not like young adult, like she's coming of age. No, this is full grown motherfucking Jean Grey. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna have some nice shiz, but let's focus on the main one we're here talking about, which is Wolverine. You see him go up against like a mid boss, and then go into like a CGI kind of cutscene, pretty much, where he's jumping from like truck to truck, slicing motherfuckers up, throwing them off, like making sure he gets to these motherfuckers who he's gonna get. If you're on Wolverine's hit list, your ass is got. So when he finally makes it to the main truck that he's trying to get at, um, you see this big ass boss, and of course, being Wolverine, he's gonna fight that motherfucker. He don't care how big that motherfucker is. He's gonna whoop his ass. He even went up against Hulk. Alright. And that motherfucker is a beast. So, oh shit, Scud 2, what's up? And I just happened to look over. At your comment. Damn. That was a little 2 minutes ago. Damn, sorry for being late, shits. But I see your comments, Scud 2. I definitely see you. What's up, Scud 2? And you start beating him up as Wolverine, but then he ends up getting caught. hit with a couple like unblockable moves and things of that nature, and you see his health go down, like they're about to go to a game over, and then you kind of see like it might turn to that, and then you just see square, like hit square. Damn, I couldn't get all that shit out as fast as I wanted to, but it hit square like a bunch of times, and his regenerative abilities activate, which is known about Wolverine. And then he regenerates, goes crazy, and just starts tearing him up. He just starts Mothaduckin berserking. So, how's your night going, Scud 2? I kind of want to say I'm a little surprised you're here, but I kind of am. But you do like when I stream late, and this is not really my my use, and I need to update my streaming schedule a bit as far as the games go that are shown, because they're old. Like I could still do Crossroads, so that's not. It's been a little bit, but that's not totally like out of the rotation. But what I really need to add is Gravekeeper, what we're playing here now. Which is Mothaduckin amazing. But I do want to get back to the topic at hand, and I'm glad I have like my laptop to the side, so I'm able to see the chat. I mainly use my phone, but I kind of I went out of the stream on my phone so I could look at this text that I texted myself as like notes. So let's get to the second game, because I spent a bit talking about Wolverine. The second game that was shown off was Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So that game is pretty much, it's a fighter, and I guess fighting wise, I guess you would put it like in the same round as Marvel vs. Capcom, like a arena fighter. There we go. Where you can you're fighting with one character, you can switch in, tag team, do certain moves, so very similar to Marvel vs. Capcom. And they also showed off one of the newer teams. I didn't know that they had 4 Mothaduckin teams, because it pretty much highlighted the Knights of Doom, which is Doctor Doom's team. Right? And I know I have a screenshot saved on my phone, so you can like be like, okay, this is Doctor Doom's team, but okay, Knights of Doom, but who is in the Knights of Doom, you know? So what I did, the Knights of Doom, the leader is Doctor Doom, and then the members are Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage. So that was the team that really got shown the most love. And then because I had to Google this, because I didn't know they gave all the teams like that, and they have names too. So he went from Doom to Green Goblin versus Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's squad is the Amazing Guardians. So the leader is Spider-Man. The members are Star-Lord, Miss Marvel, and Penny Parker. So that's the Amazing Guardians. Then the third team, we have Unbreakable X-Men. The leader is Storm. Members are Wolverine, Magic, and Danger. And then uh, the last team so far, you have Fighting Avengers. So the leader of that is Captain America, members being Iron Man, Hulk, and Black Panther. And then at the end of them showing that they're like, now 4 teams have been revealed, right? But um, there's still one more team that has to get revealed, and that starts out with Ghost Rider. Now, I'm not sure who's going to be a part of that team. Nobody knows but them, and until they reveal, like, I don't even know what they would call them, but I don't know, maybe like Team Hell Spawn or Team Hell Razors or something like that. So we'll have to wait on that 15. But I hope you're doing good, Scud, too. I kind of wanted to just talk about the state of play, and I'm only on the second game. And then I wanted to talk about SummerGamefest. So I guess you could say this is more of a vibes with Q kind of thing. Just with me giving you more, we talk about some gaming shiz, and I give you some gameplay to look at, so you're not bored. Unless you love podcasts. Which, speaking of that, I have done one of those. Not a lot, but if you've been around this channel like long enough, you might have been there for it. And that was with a good homie of mine. Back in my Sony Pony days. But we just kicked it and we talked about gaming shiz. Um, damn, why did I even come here? I know I need the black paint, and I don't know who to get that from. And it kinda, I'm not gonna lie, it kinda pisses me off. It really does. That I can't find out how to make that or oh, I finally upgraded the church's quality so that I won't be dancing with a 50% um a 50% chance of success. So, but let me get back to the main topic at hand. I just want to be able to give y'all gameplay and multitask and do this and see what the hell I gotta do. But I'm mainly focusing on the topic. I guess that is kind of good, but I'm probably doing pretty shitty at the multitasking. But thank y'all for listening and vibing out anyway. Um, Damn, I wish I was not that Mothaduckin self-conscious about it either. Uh, but we getting back to the topic at hand. The next game after Marvel took on Fighting Souls, right, is Rayman Legends Retold. So, pretty much you see all the companions of Rayman come back into that game, and this crazy looking wizard. I think I played a little bit of it on a PS4. Um, that's where I mainly remember it. Oddly enough, that's where I mainly remember that game. And I think I might have played a little bit of Rayman on a Game Boy SP, so I'm not a Rayman expert by any means, and I'm not gonna pretend like I am when I'm not. Um, and that's as far as I go with Rayman. Some people might be like, "What, man? I remember playing every Mothaduckin Rayman, right?" Not me. Rayman is a dope game, and that's not to like shade the franchise or anything, but so it's pretty much that you have his companions, a new like villain of the story, or like that's what it seemed like to me. I could be completely wrong, but that was cool. And then the next game following that is Bancho. Bancho the Chef. So it's pretty much Bancho's like origin story of like before he got to be this master sushi chef, like his journey as to getting his skills up and things of that nature. So I thought that was cool. Then you have Kim Yori, Yokai Hunter. So dealing with like a bunch of yokais, and you have a choice between like four characters. I do like how like during the state of play they were like, okay, the game, and oh yeah, you are going to need a PlayStation Plus subscription. Hey, I do like that from the rip. They're letting you know, yeah, we're we're gonna want you to get that PlayStation Plus. And if you already have PlayStation Plus, bro, I hope you are happy with that shiz because these motherfuckers said if you ever cancel, you're gonna get hit with the newer prices. In a way, it makes sense, but on the other hand, from me having, um, I guess I get it because technically, if your membership expires, you're right, you're technically new. So I guess that's how they're looking at it. But I don't really rock with that. But it's how they're doing it though. Um, and I guess it would pretty much like be the same way, right? Because I'm playing on Xbox right now, right? Let's say like when Xbox, right? You would get, sorry for hitting the mic. You would get like a little saving grace, right? Before they did like price increases. Like they'll be like, okay, if you're new, you gotta pay that new price automatically. But if they wanted to give you grace, like let's say a 3 month grace period, alright, after those 3 months, you're paying the new price too. Why? So that the new people aren't like damn, we're paying more because we got here late. They're like, we're gonna grandfather our OGs in for a bit, but after this period, you gotta pay that price too. Um, so pretty much same shiz for PlayStation. Just a different way of doing it. But I did think that game was pretty cool because like you would go after yokai, right? You would hunt them, you beat them, and then you could absorb like that yokai's power and like earn new abilities and actually use those abilities to fight that yokai. I thought that was really dope. And you could play that with up to 3 people. I I feel let me give y'all a little tip. You guys could have made that 4 players. Just saying. um, but they didn't do that. So following that, I thought that was a dope game. And then following that, you had Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis. So, that's pretty much the remake of the very first Tomb Raider game that I've played very little of because I was a little ass kid and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just knew, hey, I'm this girl, we're in a cave and she got guns and she is blasting. I was a little ass kid, so I definitely didn't know what to do for the mission, why she was hunting, what was the purpose of it, man. I was just trying to play the damn game. Now it's on the PS1, so I'll finally be able to rediscover it. I could rediscover it now with the Tomb Raider remastered, but that's a possibility. I feel like an ass for rolling it out. But if I do not play that, it is not shade to that game. It's just that Tomb Raider, it's a little bit more modernized to now. And I'm like, I could play the OG out of. See, I don't even know if it would be proper for me to say nostalgia reasons because I didn't really play much of it. Let me see if this dude's going to the lighthouse. So I can't really say that. So I don't know. I may just wait for the remake and experience it that way. And it's pretty dope. That game was supposed to come out this year, but it did end up getting delayed till February 12th of next year. So, and it will be out on PS5, but I'm gonna do the thing that they didn't want to do. It's coming to Xbox as well. It's coming to is it coming to Switch too? I don't want to be talking out my ass. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. PlayStation 5, like they showed at the State of Play. Xbox Series X, S, and Nintendo Switch 2 and PC. So, regardless of platform, you will be able to play this remake, which I think is dope. Then they showed off this other game, and I took like a little bit of side notes, but like they showed the Lost Wild, so I put it looks similar to like Jurassic Park in a way, but it's not. It just deals with dinosaurs. Let me see if the astrologer is there, and he is not. Um, and I wish I could go see him, but I can't go to the city, to the town. If I could, I would talk to him there. Um, then following that, they showed off Phantom Blade Zero. That looks clean. It looks really, really Mothaduckin cool. Now, if it's an action game, I could probably get a little bit more into it and try it and have fun with it. If it's like an action game, but like Souls-ish, or has like a Souls vibe to it, that might have me like, hell no. And I would say I'm a very patient dude, but I don't know what it is about it. I really would say I'm very patient, but when we get to that, and I'm just getting my ass dog walk left, right, up, down, right, down, left, up, left, down, right, up. Just getting my ass beat completely all around in a damn circle. Until you get that shit right and you get that damn game up, like one of my tags says, you will be getting your ass dog walked. I'm trying to work on that. I'm playing a little bit of another Crab's Treasure, right? Let me put this phone down while I have the text in there, so I can also give you gameplay and talk. Cause I'll be like hyper focusing on the next game, and I'm like, shit, I'm not even moving like that. The next game following that is Doom Awakening. So they put it in a category as an open world survival RPG. It looks clean. I guess the only thing that could really put it close to is I guess the closest thing that I could really put it close to that I've played, I can't put it in the same realm as Proud World because they're two different games. But like survival wise, but I would probably say, damn, I can't even say something like a Destiny, but the next game I was gonna say was probably Warframe, but it's not really a survival game, but it's like a big ass MMO game. Like that's most of my MMO type of experience. Like, yes, I'm a gamer, but there's a lot of shiz that I did not play. And I've been a console gamer all my damn life. So I never played anything as like as playing like WoW or even something as a bit more current like Final Fantasy 14. I have still not touched that damn game. But we're gonna say a little sermon. Our church is great. Nice, nice. Now let's pray for this blessing. Let's pray. Let's pray. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, give me that faith. Oh, they all said great sermon. Look at that. Y'all got all them pews. We leveled our game up in this church. Yeah, give me all that faith. Give me all that faith. Boom, boom. And so, I think what I'm about to do is study some shiz. What? How about I study? Oh, there's no science. Oh, because I know why. I gotta do something with the paper that I have in their trunk. See, and I really don't want to decompose shiz like that, so. Oh wait. I'm gonna do 4 more of these shiz because why not? But I'm gonna get back to the topic at hand. And that actually had a release date of September 22nd. So that's for Dune Awakening. And then the next game, this is a little nostalgia, right? And this will be a little story time as well. So this game is Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, right? And this is how I even got into Dynasty Warriors, because I went over a homie of mine's house, right? Oh, yeah. Hold on a second, Cletus. Damn it. I want to take out. There we go. But back to the topic at hand. Is Dynasty Warriors 3, right? The only way I got into that game was because a friend of mine that I had school with, he had the game, right? And I ended up going to his house, and he had the game. He had PS2. I think I had a PS2 as well, but another friend of mine that lived pretty close by, he let me use one of his memory cards, because I had no memory card. And if you grew up during those times, bro, a memory card was, if you had that, you were a lucky Mothaduckin, yo, because you could save your game. You didn't have to worry about keeping your shiz on constantly because you had no way to save your damn game. I experienced that shiz. I did, and damn did that suck. But my homie across the street, man, came in the clutch, so I didn't have to worry about that. But this homie, He's like, "Oh, you wanna play Dynasty Wars?" I'm like, "Dynasty Wars? What's that?" You know? Because I had never played that shiz in my motherfucking life. He's like, "Yeah, you could play. We could play two players, right?" So he had two controllers. I said, "What? We could play these together?" Yo, we were going crazy. Yo, we probably played that damn game for like 3, 4 hours. But in that time I was like, "Oh dang, it's about to be dark." You know, 'cause shiz, I had to be in the house before that light, before the sun went all the way down. It could be sunset. I just had to get there before them street lights came on. And we would play that for hours, going up against the yellow. I think it was yellow. It was like a yellow turban, Chibu. It had like a some kind of name, and it could have been like Yellow Turban Army or like it's pretty much a war game if you never play any of the Dynasty Warriors games. But it was just fun, man, to just pick your officer to play that shit with your friend. That's what multiplayer was, man. Like, yes, in the PS2, yes, you could go online and shits like that. I do know that. So you had online back then, but it wasn't to the levels of where shiz is today. Like, well, because you like, oh yeah, it's cool that game has couch co-op like back in the day, but do that shiz have online? Do you have online? Like, do you have online? Like that's how shiz is today, you know. Um, and rightfully so, but it's just like it's something cool about old school touch to games, yo. Like couch co-op. And I know some people like, oh, that's trash, yo. It don't have online. And like, if you got friends or family that you game with that's far away, I could get that shit. I totally get it. But when a game does have couch co-op, I gotta show love to it, right? I gotta show love to it because it gives you that old school feel. Like, Mothaduckin, you have family that you could go visit family, you could go visit friends for a little bit. Not saying it gotta be forever, but you could go visit people and people could come visit you, you know, when they're able. And y'all could kick it like back in the day, bro. Up, I got another controller, homie. Don't even worry. Boop, boop. Let's hop in this game for a minute. A couple hours, you know? A little nostalgia and a good time. And we would play Dynasty Warriors 3 a hell of a bunch. Um, every time I came over, damn near. If we weren't playing like some NBA Street, um, man, we would be playing Dynasty Wars. We'd be like, oh, snap, you still got Dynasty Wars? Yeah, oh, yeah, let's run that. It was just so fun. And that was my introduction into that whole series um, on the PS2. And I stuck with playing it. And then it went from Dynasty Warriors 3, playing with a homie, to Samurai Warriors 2, which was another game similar to that. Has nothing to do with the state of play, but it is similar to that game. So I wanted to bring it up because I have a lot of good memories with that. But getting back to Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, that does have a release date of October 1st. And they also added like new modes like new they added like a versus mode, like 1v1. Speaking of the couch co-op thing, I believe that 1v1 is a couch co-op. So you have to you got to be near them. There's no online. Maybe they might do an update for it where, like, okay, you could either do this couch co-op, or if you have a friend that's online, you can do it that way too. I do think that would be a dope addition, but it's not up to me. I'm not the devs. But a dope game, and I definitely had to give a mention to, and I give you a little story with it too. The next game following Dynasty Warriors 3 Remaster is No Rest for the Wicked. It's a little funny seeing it at a state of play, being that it's an Xbox game, but it's an Xbox game that is not coming day one to Xbox. I saw something about it the other day. They keep saying the Series S is making it tough. I think that's a little crazy because you got shiz coming to the Switch 2 that is weaker than the Series S, and they're saying shiz is fine. I think that's a little extra hate on the Series S. Like, come on. You're bringing shiz to the Switch 2, you're saying it's fine, but you have an issue with the Series S that, yes, it's weaker than the Series X. We all know this, but it might not have the teraflops, but it's still a capable system, so come on. Even if it takes a little while to optimize, do what you gotta do, homie. Do what you have to do to get that game running. Uh, I'm just so, I don't know. But that, like, do I, in a way, do I get what they're saying? Yes, but it's also like, but I'm seeing devs work on something weaker, like a Switch 2, and shiz is fine. So if you're able to get shiz going on that Switch 2, granted, I can understand, yes, there might be more time for optimization, but come on, come on, come on. So unfortunately, if you're on Xbox, you won't get that game day one, with PlayStation and PC. But I'm still excited, and I still will be playing No Rest for the Wicked. I'm excited. So if you like something, it plays similar to Diablo, but it's like it's an RPG like action game. Pretty Mothaduckin dope. So I'm excited for that. It will have cross play, and I saw something for a cross save. But I love the fact that it's gonna have cross play, and I hope that when the Xbox version does come out, that it does have cross-platform crossplay, being that if you're on PC, if you're on a PlayStation 5, if you're on an Xbox, right? You guys can all play the mode together. I want it, man. It's a multi-plat title. I don't want to hear that shiz. I don't even care if it comes later. Put it in the damn game. Put that damn crossplay in the game. Put that shiz in there, alright? I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how later it comes, alright? I don't care if it's a year later. I don't care if it's 2 years later. I don't give a damn if it's 3 years later. Put that shiz in that damn game. Ever since I've seen that feature, I'm like, bro, this should be in every multi-plat title. Multi-plat third-party game that has multiplayer. Yeah, put that shit in there. Put that shit in there. Put that shit in there. Even if you have to do it a little bit later, um, maybe you don't have the funds for like a certain platform right now. You know, you gotta get the sales, you gotta make that money, and then once you make that money, you could be like, all right, let's make that platform. But if it's a multi-platform game from the jump, right? Put that crossplay in there, because I'm telling you, that will help your game survive and thrive. That will help your game um be around for a lot longer. Even games that might not have had something like that, or maybe they came out on PS4, Xbox One, right? Where that gen didn't have a lot of crossplay shiz. I'm pretty sure there are some crossplay shiz later, like in the PS4, Xbox One, because when I had my One X, like if somebody was on PlayStation, Dead by Daylight I know is crossplay. That's an Xbox One game, and it has crossplay in it, which is dope. So I'm gonna go to the next game from No Rest from the Wicked. Love that it has crossplay. Omni Musha Way of the Sword. That comes out September 25th, and the demo came out that day. And it also, I know I'm talking about PlayStation and the State of Play, but the demo is also available on Xbox. So it's not like you're missing out if you're on Xbox. Just want to throw that out there. And then the next game following Omnimusha Way of the Sword is Silent Hill Townfall. So you got to see that game again, and it has a release date this time of September 24th. So a day before Omnimusha, you get Silent Hill Townfall. And then, following Silent Hill, they go to Ace Combat Wings of Thieves. And that comes out October 2nd. And if you pre-order it, they give you the Belkin Ace Combat Zero, the Belkin War, as a pre-order bonus. Last time I played Ace of Combat, and I tried it. Not really my cup of tea, but the last time that I really somewhat tried it was back on the PS2, and I have never touched that shit since. I remember seeing it on the PS4, but I've never gone back to that franchise. But if you do like that franchise, that will be for you. And then they showed Stuntman Hollywood. I don't think I've played a Stuntman game in my whole motherfucking life. So my one homie's like, yeah, I remember Stuntman. I remember that. I'd be like, I don't remember no damn Stuntman. But he does. He's old older than me, but cool dude, and he loves gaming too. Now moving on from Stuntman Hollywood, I thought it was pretty neat too. This game called Ill, right? And you wake up from this damn coma and you deal with, it looks like zombie creatures that you like see in Dying Light, or infected, or it kind of gave me that, but it's not that, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the game, but it's like zombie-esque kind of creatures. You're comatose, you finally wake up, and all hell breaks loose. And then they show Control Resonant. That finally has a release date of October 24th. So you got Silent Hill and Control Resonant dropping the same day. Then you have Omnimusha the next day. Crazy. And then following them showing you Control, they're like, oh, here's this update to Marathon, season 2, like a update. And like, what's coming with that? I'm not familiar with Marathon at all. It looked kind of cool though. I noticed it's an extraction shooter. That's the basis of what I know of that game. And then they hit us with this. I did play RuneScape. I used to play it either at school or I probably found out about it in the library, like as a kid. So whenever I would go to the damn library, and I had access to a computer, I would either play Dragon Fable, which is a cool like RPG. You could get special, super rare kind of weapons, but you had to spend like $20 on this thing called a dragon amulet. Oh, that used to piss me off so much. I would play like that, a bunch of Flash games, but that's how I got into RuneScape. And that's how I found out about RuneScape and shiz like that. Well, this next game is RuneScape, but it's called RuneScape Dragon Keep. RuneScape Dragon Wilds, right? And you'll be able to play this game with PlayStation Plus Extra and PlayStation Plus Premium tier. So where you spend the big bucks, you'll be able to play Extra. So you pay a little bit less than Premium, and then the Premium. I don't even know how much that shit costs now. But I know it recently went up in price. I haven't had PlayStation Plus in like 9 years. So that will come fall 2026. And this other game, it's a classic. It's a classic game, right? It's coming to it's called Guitaru Man. I never heard of this damn game in my life. But it looks like it could have been like just an old like PS2 game. Never played that shit in my damn life. But it will be coming to the classics catalog. in this game called PsyOps: The Open Mind Conspiracy. So it's like a stealth, kind of spy game. I've never even heard of that, bro. I've never even heard of that game. But that's coming to the classic catalogs too. But the PsyOps is coming in July, and Gitaru Man, I believe, was coming. That's coming this month. I don't know exactly when. They just said June. And then the next game is Omnimusha: Dawn of Dreams. So that's coming to the classic catalog too in August, but that's only the premium tier. So if you have extra tier, you are SOL for that. You are SOL for Guitar Man, unless, because I know they started doing this with some classics. So unless there's an option to buy the game, which I don't see why not, and the game only costs you $10. That's it. And then the next game following those classic games that you see is Until Dawn 2. So if you like the first Until Dawn that was on the PS4, here's a whole new sequel to it. Let me stretch because my ass is getting tired. I can feel it. I know y'all like, this dude did a whole damn stream. He ain't did shit gameplay wise. He didn't do a damn thing gameplay wise. I did not. I did not. I gave y'all a sermon. My ass has just been walking the hell around. How many carrots does he want? Oh, this Mothaduckin wants 10 carrots, and I only have 6. Mothaduckin, you might be assed out. I gotta give you 10 carrots. How old is this body now? Cause it's been there for a while. So I don't even know the conditions of this body that I'm getting. But this dude said, this donkey says, shiz. Mothaduckin, you got money now. So you got money to open this church, you got money to do, have this graveyard, things of that nature, right? He's like, well, shiz, you got some money to pay me too. You're not some average dude no more. You got some duckins, so spread some of them duckins over here. So that's why I haven't had a body in a hot minute and put it in the graveyard, because I'm like, you're gonna be waiting, bro, because I'm not spending any of my money that I have to buy these carrots. No, you're gonna wait for me to grow these shiz. I'm not about to spend my hard-earned duckins. But you know what we will do? You know what we will do though? We're gonna plant these we are going to plant these beet seeds, and we have just enough. I want to find this astrologer, but I can't. So we're almost done, and the last game that I got showed, right? You want to start off big, you want to end big, was God of War. I want to say LaFay. It's pretty much his wife, Faye. And I almost said Luffy, but I'm like that don't make any. It doesn't make any sense. Um, but it deals with Faye, so you get to see his wife. I think she pretty much in the afterlife, right? Because you see Kratos and Atreus, they put the body there, right? And he's like, you'll finally be able to go home. And then they light the body on fire, and then you finally get to see his wife. Like, it went from looking like all burnt and crisp to like a regular person, and she's in the afterlife. She meets this sword named Ruth and a literal talking cube named Frank. And she gets captured by this dragon looking dude. Yo, he looks so cool. And his wife is there. And she notices something special about her, like, oh, this little cut in your hand has like, it looked like a little branch or something, but it probably had something to do with her powers. And she's like, oh, this is important to you. Like, and then she takes it. But Faye, she kicked some ass, she definitely did. And she ends up like breaking out. You end up fighting like the dragon guy, I forget his name. It's very dope. And the combat is fluid. One of the things I noticed is they gave Faye the jump button, and I was like, Faye can jump. Kratos cannot jump. What the hell is that? Why can Kratos get that? And it was very fluid gameplay, fluid combat that reminded you of God of War back in the day. So, but they modernized it, but gave you a mix of the old and the new, if that makes sense. So that looked really dope, and that's pretty much the state of play. Damn, it took me an hour to get through that. Ooh. I but and I thought the state of play was cool. That the state of play was cool. That was probably the best one I've seen recently. Hands down. That was probably the best one I've seen recently. Being honest. For some people, and even for some people who do have PS5, you might be like, meh, that wasn't all that, or it wasn't enough for me personally. You're entitled to feel that way, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool at least. And I don't even have a PS5, but I thought it was cool. It's cool to see them do a little something. So I will say it's cool at least, like a cool 7, a cool 7. But some people might be like, you're Mothaduckin capping. That shit was completely dog water dookie ass. You're entitled to feel that way too. If you felt it was trash and ass, hey, that's how you feel. But I thought it was cool personally. A homie of mine, he does have a PS5, and he's like, yeah, it's meant to me. I was like, damn. But I guess I could kind of see that too. Like, if you didn't have enough there for you, then you might be like, yeah, alright, cool. Alright, cool. Like, it's okay. It's meh. but nothing to hype you up. So, but for me personally, I thought it was cool. Like I give it a cool 7. But let's get to Summer Game Fest that happened yesterday. Oh my God, yo! When I saw Summer Game Fest, when I saw Mothaduckin Summer Games Fest, oh lordy, this really made me want to stream like right after it. But I didn't do any of that. Um, I ate, I chilled, I did some laundry, I did 2 loads of laundry, and then I watched the Spurs and the Knicks game. Yeah, that was crazy. The Knicks got that dub, but the Spurs were definitely fighting, man, and they fell short by 1 point. Um, some people are thinking, oh, if they go down 2-0, the series is over, right? Like they're done. Just give up and quit. No, no Spurs. I don't want you to give up and quit, especially not after Mothaduckin tonight. You came up just short. Wemby couldn't hit that game-winning shot, but do not quit. Do not be like the damn Cleveland Cavaliers and just quit and lose hope and then you go out sad. You go out whimpering. You go out like just done. Like you shouldn't, like you don't even belong there. Hell no. Spurs, y'all motherfuckers. Yes, you're gonna be the away team. So this is gonna test your mental toughness. Y'all motherfuckers get back and you fight and you fight and you fight and you fight. Even the shiz up, cause I want this shiz to go to 7. I don't want y'all getting sweat. Show some damn heart. Hey, you gotta hold the L until that next game. You just gotta hold the L. That's all. So, back to the task at hand. Summer Games Fest. Bruh. Woo. This, I'm saying this so hype, but I don't want to rush through it, but I also don't want to be up till 3 a.m. um, so I'm gonna get to it. Resident Evil Veronica. It's pretty much a remake of the Veronica Code Veronica Chronicles. It's pretty much a remake of that. I'm not gonna act like I'm super motherfucking familiar with it. I've seen the title, but I'm gonna be honest, I've never beaten a Resident Evil game. In Resident Evil 0, I think that game left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth because I got mad because I got stuck and I can never beat the game. I have the game on here, but I'm not gonna rag on a franchise because I didn't take the proper time or just be like, you know what, screw it. Let me try this shit now, or go to my handy dan, look up a YouTube video, get past that part, and enjoy the game. But I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to rag on the series. I just gotta take the time, get good, get that game up, and if I have to, use YouTube. So that was the first game that got showed off at Resident Evil. At Resident Evil at Summer Games Fest. Lordy. And that will be coming out next year. And then following Resident Evil Veronica, Cuphead. Cuphead makes an appearance, right? And the developers come out and they're like, oh, guess what? There's gonna be more Cuphead. Like, it's gonna have a sequel. But, you didn't get to see much from it, but then they were like, hold on, hold on, hold on. And that's not all, Cletus. That is not all. They were like, hold on, we do have a little something to show you. And it's like 8-bit, 8-bit, like 16-bit. Yeah, it's kind of like in that art. It's kind of like in that kind of style graphics, but it's called Mighty Cuphead Adventure. And it looks very reminiscent of something you would play on like the Sega Genesis. It looks kind of cool though. It looks kind of cool. I can't front. So that was cool. Like they said, hey, you're gonna get a sequel and you're gonna get this if you need something to hold you over. So that was cool. Then following that, they showed you Alien Isolation, and then they showed off this game that was first announced as like Project Robots, but it finally has a name. It's called Gen Atlas. And then you had like, it's kind of like a samurai type game. It's called Blood Message. That shit look crazy. I was like, bro, I would play that. So that was pretty cool, like a samurai like actioning game. I was like, yo, I would play that all day, every day. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. Clear path. And what will this open up on the map? I'm doing a thing where I'm looking at my phone and I'm like pushing it to where I have to be like, it has to be my face like this, and it does not. Broken Apiri. Okay. I'm not gonna restore that right now, but I found another area that we could fix up, cause it's probably not gonna happen in this stream. But I have my notes pretty much on my phone. It's not like I can't just try to do something. This is reminding me of the bishop all over again when I was trying to I finally got the graveyard up to snuff, but now it's like, damn, I can't get the bishop. And now I have plenty of paper, but guess what? I can't get the astrologer. I'm just SOL. Oh, I can do the carrots. I had to give him 10. See, that wasn't so hard. But this is only the beginning. Do you really need to do that here? Yes, I do. And what right do you have to complain? This isn't your road. Anyway, enjoy my manifest. I used to think you were a nice donkey. I am, but not for you. So you're just gonna leave your dookie? Oh. Oh. I thought I was gonna leave its dookie. It didn't do that. Not this time, at least. I know y'all like, you nasty Mothaduckin. Like, I'm not trying to be a nasty Mothaduckin, I'm just saying. Shiz. Extract skin, yes. Let's do that. Work. Alright. I had to get some fat. And I guess we could get a little flush. And then that's it. just gonna take this damn body and we gotta put it in the ground. Okay, so we talked about Resident Evil, Cuphead, Mighty Cuphead, Alien Isolation 2, Gen Atlas, because we were talking about that game that got announced as Project Robots, and then I just talked about Blood Message. So now we're on to the next game, right? And RGG Studios comes out. And I'm like, oh shit, Stranger Than Heaven, yo, Stranger Than Heaven. And then, you know, he's like, oh, we got Snoop Dogg. And Snoop comes out. I was like, oh shit, Snoop is coming out. Right? And then he announces, he's like, oh. And then I'm like, oh shit, yo, it's Tupac. I was like, I don't know what he has to do with this game, but Tupac is in it. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. So that's gonna be nuts. You got Snoop Dogg and Tupac in the game. That's absolutely nuts. And on top of that, we have a release date for the game. It'll come out January 15th, 2027. Bro. When I saw that, I was like, yes, Mothaduckin, yes. Because we finally got a release date for it. I wonder, is the game coming to Game Pass day one? Because if the game is coming to Game Pass, yes it is. Yes it is. It's coming day one to Game Pass. So technically, I don't really have to buy the game. I don't have to buy it at all. But you could be damn sure that that game is getting some play on this damn channel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know I'm gonna be playing that game on this channel. You know that shit is. And I know you'll be here, Scud, too. I know you're gonna be here. So I appreciate that. The other thing that I wanted to get to, because I don't want to be here till 3 o'clock. I don't have that in me. So if I go a little fast, please do forgive me, but I just don't have 3 a.m. in me. And I can already feel that shit. I can already tell. I do not have that in me. Not at all. So, the next game is Hex. And it's an open world action game. But I kind of forget. I thought it was another game, but I could be confusing it, so I won't say that. But another game that did make an appearance is Dead by Daylight having their 10th anniversary. You also have Fortnite make a bit of an appearance here as well. I forget exactly what, because I kind of stepped out for a bit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Um, and then you had this game called Sand, and then after this game called Sand, you had Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Resync make make an appearance there. And I was like, okay, we knew about Assassin's Creed Black Flag because that shit's been rumored for so long. Like people are always in the know. You just need the concrete, like a confirmation, like okay, this shit is real. People aren't pulling your leg. Like this is it's an actual thing, you know. Uh, oh, I never did the study on the skin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cause we need this extra little boost. We need this extra little boost. So we're gonna study the flesh. Oh yeah. Ooh. I want to study some more shiz, but might not have enough faith for that, and the bishop might have left. No, he didn't leave. Alright, so since we have money, we are not broke. Give me that. Thank you. Because you got it like that. Now, last thing I talked to was about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced and the release date of July 9th. That was one of the a bad secret. Like we knew about it for a while, and the release date even leaked. Oh shit! I'm about to bust my whole ass. Because I'm sitting in my gaming chair. And then following that, we finally got to see the last Ronin. The last Ronin. I said Ronin. The last Ronin from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Bro, and that was a while since we've seen that game. So we see a flash of it again now, like, hey, remember this game? Remember this? Yeah, this is coming out. No gameplay, no new trailer, but we did get to see it. And then the next game, we actually got to see a Gundam game, Gundam Rogue Orbit. So you got to see like the little CGI trailer and stuff. Looks pretty cool. And then this one game, you're gonna be like, what? What the hell? Because I kind of thought that, but I was like, okay. So there's this game called Extremely Hard Game. So pretty much, it's a co-op game, co-op two-player game where your mother. You pretty much play as two geese. So mom geese and the dad geese. And you want to protect the egg, and you have to get through all these crazy difficult like obstacles and bring the egg along like safely. It was a little bit of a weird one, but I'm like, okay. Alright, that's what y'all want to do? Alright. You know what? I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna let you cook. Alright, so we're on to the next game. Oh, before I jump to the next game, it also has a release date. Next month. So July 24th of next month. And then you have this game called Crossfire, where like two opposing agents on like two different sides, but you have to work together because it's like a common enemy. You know, they're against each other like a common enemy, and it seems like they even become like friends. And then they boop control resonant comes up again, and then it shows the release date of 9/24/2026. So it's showing it again, and then another PC game called Guild Wars 3. I've never played that in my life, but that's coming to Steam. And then they showed Star Wars Galactic Racer. Yeah, last time I played that was probably on the 64, and that was pretty fun. Um, and I'm not even gonna sit up here in front like I'm a crazy Star Wars fan. I am not. There's things in Star Wars that I do like, and my knowledge of Star Wars is extremely basic. Like I I can't go toe to toe with you on Star Wars. I can't. You will dog walk me so bad it's not even funny. 'Cause I don't know shiz about Star Wars, but the most basic shiz. I did watch a little bit of Clone Wars. I thought that was cool, but like, yeah, my shiz is very basic. But that looks dope, and it looks like it could have like some sort of story mode possibly by how it was shown off. I was like, oh, shiz. I said, all right, that looks really good. That actually has a release date of October 6th of this year. That looks crazy. And then they showed like this like an indie game called End of Abyss. That's coming out October 1st of this year. So let's say you're interested in End of Abyss. You got that on the 1st, and then 5 days later you got Star Wars Galactic Racer. I hope that game does crazy, cause it looks Mothaduckin amazing. Then you get to like this horror game called Last Harbor Ship. So, like, you're on the ship, you're trying to check out other ships for like different survivors, things of that nature. I'm just doing shit just to be doing shit to give you some kind of gameplay while I yap along. Um, and it looks really cool. I guess you're trying to make it back home safely, and you're all by yourself. You gotta swim in the water, check different boats. Like you're trying to find out what the hell's going on. So that's also coming to Steam. That shit's coming to console. That'll be dope. But we're gonna move to the next game, which is Virtua Fighter Crossroads. Yo, that looks clean. That looks so clean. All I wanna do this might be terrible, but I want to extract the skull, yes. And we're gonna work. And we're gonna work. I don't know how good I did on that, but we're gonna take this body, we're gonna bury it, and we're gonna call it a damn day. Shiz, I know y'all probably like this dude. It's Mothaduckin terrible. Um, so that was that game. You know, Virtua Fighter Cross Worlds, like Crossroads. Is dope. Like you have this character. It looks like it's got a fleshed out story mode. He's like, it looks like it could be open world. Not saying that every game has to be open world, but it does look very impressive. Is that so? I'm interested in that, but that game isn't coming out until next year. And then you see RuneScape Dragon Wilds. See, you get a little bit of repeats from this state of play. Um, that game actually got a release date of 9/15/2026, so this year. And then they show off, I was about to say Soul Frame, and I believe, is it made by the same people that do Warframe? And I might have to, Soul Frame devs. Developed by Digital Extremes. Yup, they did make Warframe. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay, let me put my damn phone on the charger before it dies. And thank you Scud2 for listening to me talk about this shiz, my little rants. Thank you very much for that shiz, yo. I really appreciate that. Alright, I have that charging. Cool. So there's that Soulframe Prelude, and then following Soulframe, you gotta update to Grounded 2. Is there anything that I can do so far? I wonder if there's somebody I could like talk to for this shit. Bee friend. Beekeeper. Wow, see, I kinda really want this. But I wouldn't be able to upgrade like anything else. Advanced smelting. That would be dope. I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather from Summergamefest real quick. Ooh, I could get woodcutter, as I say, weld cutter. That's right, my damn body's saying, bro. I know you want to take a breather, but you gotta get to this shit. Cause your ass is getting tired. I'm like, I know. So what I could do, I could get woodcutter, I could get related ore, advanced smelting. That's only 20. I could get brewing. It's only 30. Oh, I could do a lot more stuff on the writing side, on book writing. Oh, I could do power of faith. But see, they want 30 for that. Like, I would kind of be SOL for other stuff. But it's the same thing if I go the writing route. I don't know, I might hold off on that. So, now that I plugged my phone back in, and my phone won't be dying on me, we can get back to talking. And the Grounded 2 update, you get like a whole new character. Like there's Dew. There's new like creatures that you could like have as mounts. I have not played enough of Grounded 2. I played a bit of it. I played a bit of Grounded 1, but I have beaten neither. But people that really ducks with that game, like they have damn near everything in that game. But shout out to that game because it is good. I just have to take more time to play it. Now, this next game is called 1666 Amsterdam. So it deals with like similar, I guess, kind of to this, right? Where if you're talking about like, I don't know, just weird like crazy like stuff that I guess is weird from this time, they are burning your ass to a stake. Well, this game, you are the damn witch, alright? And your ass is just, it's just trying to make it. Oh shit. I'm gonna destroy that. Give me that, yep. I'm gonna get this green slime. I'm gonna get this green Mothaduckin slime. So you are the witch. And so, like, you have all these, like, supernatural, like, kind of abilities. You can, like, fly on a broom and, like, all that crazy shit. But you're trying to live as a regular person so that you, you don't get discovered and burnt to a damn crisp. That actually looks pretty cool. I cannot lie. And then after that, they have a Saw Genesis game. Bro, it looks absolutely crazy. So if you like Saw, you would duck with that. I know it's going to Steam. I feel like I could definitely see that game coming to console, but it's a 3v1 multiplayer game. And then after Saw Genesis, they show you Lords of Fallen 2. So not the one that came out in like 2013, but like this I guess you could call it a rebooted version of Lords of the Fallen, but now it gets a sequel. That the game that originally came out never got a sequel. But this one did though. And then they show like a Star Wars kind of tactical type of game. So that did look pretty cool. I can't sit up here and lie. Look pretty cool. And then oh, and it also has a release date of 8/27 of this year, so 2 months. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you get to play like a tactical kind of strategy version of that. And then about a month and a half later, you get Star Wars like Galactic Racer. Like, yo, that I could tell that's gonna be crazy fun. But I want to start making my way towards the lighthouse because I just noticed it's about to be night night, like I'm about to do after this damn stream. It went to the blood of the Dawn Walker. Bro, that looks amazing. So this zombie pretty much kidnaps your family and you're trying to save your family, but you're also infected with like his blood. Cause he bites you and shiz and pretty much turns you into a vampire, but you have the ability, excuse me, to walk upon everyday people like you're a regular dude, but at night you can got the vampire powers. And it looks crazy. And it says like you can do quests and shiz, but you want to be mindful of what you decide to do because time is going to pass. And your family does not have a whole bunch of time. So whatever you do, you have to be conscious that, oh shit, I can do this. There's nothing wrong with that, but time is also going, and the time that your family has is going. And then there's gonna be a Among Us story. So it's gonna be Among Us with a story mode. I don't know if it's just gonna be single player or what. But when it says story in it, that's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong, but it could be just a single player Among Us game. And then there's also going to be an Among Us series. So if you like the game, you get a new game and you also get like a series that you could watch. Monster Hunter Wilds gets DLC called Ascendance, but that DLC will not be releasing until next year. And then they showed off another dope game called Sword of Legends. And it seems like it's another kind of similar samurai game. And I still not have found the Astrologer, man. This pisses me off. And he only pops out at night. So that was another good looking one. And then they show off a new Hot Wheels game. I'm like, yo. I'm like, it still looks good for now, but I was like, damn, something like this came out when I was still a kid, bro. This would be so lit. But it still looks good even now that I'm an adult. It still looks good. I'm not gonna sit up here in front. but it's called Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. And it's gonna come out September 24th, and then the game that you guys love for multiplayer madness, right? Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is getting more DLC. We're getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in September. We're getting Avatar in October. And then Godzilla's coming, and Evangelion. If you like that anime, I haven't seen that anime, but I think it's a cool crossover, and you're gonna have Godzilla in it. That shit's gonna be dope. After that, they show Attack on Titan 3. That is coming out July 1st, so next month you're gonna be able to play this. And then there's another racing game by former Forza devs called Clutch. And then they have this kind of medieval kind of war game, but you kind of strategize stuff, called Chronicles Medieval. And then you have like this music kind of game called Sea of Remnants. That was cool. Like, it deals with music and you're pirates. Then they're gonna have Hitman DLC, and Wiz Khalifa is gonna be part of it. First you had Eminem, then you're gonna have Wiz Khalifa. And then after that, they showed a Power World update. And Power World 1.0, so the full game. I believe that's gonna be out. I don't know if it's an update or the full game. I'll have to look more into that, but I think that may be the full game. Don't quote me 100% on it, but I feel like that would be the full game. And then, oh lordy, oh lord, gee, I'm gonna try to give y'all some energy, even though I'm tired as shiz. But The Wolf Among Us 2. Yeah, when I saw that shit, I was going nuts. He's like, and now, a game that we haven't seen for a long time that people are still waiting for. When I saw that shit, when I heard that music go, do 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 do, I'm screwing it up. But when I heard that music from that Wolf Among Us, and I did alt root this year, I'm like, I'm glad I already did it. I'm glad I already did alt root. Yo, I am pumped. I want to play that game. I want to stream that game. I want to do season 2. Like, I want to be there for the jump of that. So, if you enjoy what I do with Telltale Games, you can bring your ass for that. Oh man, yeah. And that's next year. I'm so excited. And what they did, which I think is pretty smart, is they're like, to hold you over until season 2, they're actually coming out with the Wolf Among Us remastered. and it's supposed to be coming out this season. So, due to smart delivery, right? I already own the game. I already have the game. So I'm thinking, because Xbox Series X, X and S have smart delivery, when that remaster game comes out, we're gonna get that. We are getting that game. Even if I do have to pay like $2 or $5, I would kick it out. But I'm feeling like, because of smart delivery, where it's like, okay, you bought this, you're if they come out with like an update, like a remaster, but you own the game already, you'll be given that better version. So shout out to Xbox for doing amazing stuff like that. And they're not trying to nickel and dime you for every little thing. So I love smart delivery for that. So the Wolf Among Us remaster is supposed to come out this holiday. It didn't specify when, it just said holiday 2026. And then following those two Mothaduckin announcements, they showed off Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Being that Shift Up, they went independent. They're the ones who are making this game. All that shiz on their own. Bring this shiz to Xbox so I can play some Stellar Blade. Oh, bring the first one too, if you guys can. And then following that, they show off Street Fighter 6 Year 4, so the characters that are gonna be coming in for this year. Arjun. You have Bosk, Yasmin, and Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. I did see that she was like rumored or like leaked or something, and then today it's like, yeah, she's really in the game. And then, speaking of Final Fantasy, because Tifa's in the game, to close out Summergamefest, we get the third part of Final Fantasy VII Revelation. And they revealed that shiz, yo. Oh my god, I'm so tempted to just play Remake right now. Like, you don't get it. I'm so tempted to play it, but I am so far in the original game, and I want to beat the original game before I play Remake. I know it goes from 1 to 1, and then the whole story is different, but for me personally, I want to finally beat the OG game and then play Remake. And then Rebirth, which is a continuation of that. And then, of course, Revelation. Like, I want to play the OG. I want to be able to pick up on Easter eggs and stuff that people be like, oh, okay, this is cool. I don't get why it's important. And I could be like, this is why it's important, because this shit's happened in OG and things of that nature. And, like, you know, give a little more context to shit where people will be like, oh, this is kind of cool, but I don't get it, you know? Just because I wanna be able to just fully engross myself in the Final Fantasy VII freaking lore. I wanna be loring it up. I wanna be deep in that Final Fantasy lore goodness. And that's it. That's it. I just I was like, this would be the perfect game for me to yap on. And yapping, 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 yap. Because there's a lot of shiz to this damn game. And that's it. This is entry 6. I didn't really do much shiz, but we got to talk about the state of play. And we got to talk about SummerGamesfest. So, with all that shiz being said, if you're new, if you're lurking, keep on lurking, keep on vibing with it, come back, hit that Mothaduckin follow button, turn on those notifications, hit that notification bell, set your notifications to all so that whenever I go live with more Graveyard Keeper, with some Soul Calibur, with some Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, with some Final Fantasy Remake, or some Olivia, I don't want to hear none of you, or some more Tomb Raider, or whatever the hell I decide to stream next. Make sure those notifications are on. But as always, hope you guys have a good night or a good day, wherever that you may be. And until next time, peace.